Let me tell you a story about one of the things that happened right around this time. I think it was shortly after this particular show. We were on public access, community television, right? So I have all those public service announcements. Local originate. Now I'm in charge of the television production, so all the correspondence goes to me. Scott Dotzler and Greg Bushman, they were the technical directors, but it was me that overseen all this, correct?
Yep.
So local origination, which if anybody doesn't know what that is, that's the profitable side of access of community television. That's where you can actually run commercials and you get sponsors and you make money. Okay, they came and approached me and they said, you got a popular show with NWF. Would you be interested in moving it from access over to local origination where we can start doing sponsors and start making some money? I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Jeff was all in on it. We're all for it. But remember, Ernie owns the league, right?
Yep.
So we're all good to go, and so we make the decision to do this, and I'm coordinating this whole thing, lining it all up. And then at the 11th hour, so then Greg Bushman and Scott Dotzler catch wind of this, and they realize they're going to be out because we're going to be using LO's crew. It's a whole different production crew.
Yep.
So they do the puppy dog sad faces with Ernie, and Ernie is just the gullible guy that he is, feels bad for him, and then he comes to me and says, I'm going to override the decision. We're not going to go this route. I just don't want to do that to those guys. And I'm like, Ernie, you're trying to grow this league. You want to eventually pay the guys. You're making a huge mistake here. And I think Jeff's seen it. Jeff agreed, but it's Ernie's show. Right, so we can't.
Yep.
He's the one running it. That's what he wanted to do, and that's where I really lost because I knew they made a mistake there. And cause remember, with me, Dave, I'm always growing the NWF from the day one,
Right.
taking things to the next level, and this was taking it to the next level.
And you're always open for suggestions.
Yeah, but that really would have been a turning point for the league again, because we would have then went into LO, which would have been giving us advertisers. We would have been on like all the markets, so we don't have to sit there and circulate tapes. All sorts of potential there. We could have went off into doing other promotion, other venues besides the dry dock. There was so many possibilities with that, and it all didn't happen because Ernie changed his mind, didn't want to do it because of the Hollywood puppy dog act that Greg Bushman and Scott Dotzler did. They're great guys, but this was a point where we should have really went to the next level.